Cast Basalt Monolith. Pay 1 to untap it. Good game. This might be what you hear when the game ends, but what's actually going on behind the scenes? Welcome back to Better Know a Combo, brought to you by the Spike Feeders and Game Genic. Today's combo utilizes Zirda the Dawnwaker. You can play Zirda as your companion if you want to go through the process of ensuring that your deck contains only cards that have activated abilities. If you don't want to do that, you can also play it in the command zone or in the 99. If you're playing a deck that includes blue, you can also use Power Artifact for the same effect. I'll start with Zirda in play and cast Basalt Monolith. Basalt Monolith is a 3-mana artifact that has 2 activated abilities. One that lets you tap it for 3 mana, and the other lets you untap it for 3 mana. For the purposes of this combo, you can also use Grim Monolith, but just like with Power Artifact, your wallet is going to be a lot lighter after you pick one of those babies up. When it resolves, I'll tap it for 3 mana, and Zirda's ability will reduce the cost of its untap ability to 1. This means that I can untap it and bank 2 mana to use for later, and that's it. I can repeat this process any number of times to make more and more and more colorless mana to fuel my win. From here, I can either launder it into colored mana with Prismite, or use it to activate the abilities of the other cards in my deck. My favorite is Staff of Domination because it lets me tap down my opponent's creatures, gain infinite life, and dig through my library so I can finish off the game with a fireball or something. This sounds awesome, but how can people interact? Let's go back to the original description of the combo and talk about the ways people can interact at the times they receive priority. With Zirda on the battlefield, I'll cast Basalt Monolith. This is a great opportunity to either remove Zirda or counter the Monolith. I would definitely advise against waiting, because if I've got more mana available, the rest of the combo can be executed at instant speed in response to whatever you want to do. If you don't have removal, you could always try removing Zirda's abilities with something like Dress Down or Sudden Spoiling, but this will only buy you a turn. Once Basalt Monolith is on the battlefield, I've got priority again, and I'll activate its first ability. This is a mana ability and it doesn't use the stack, so it happens immediately and I get priority again. I'll use the 1 mana to activate Basalt Monolith's second ability, which is not a mana ability, and you've got another opportunity to interact. Like I said before, this is technically an opportunity to point your spot removal at Zirda or the Monolith, but I can respond by using another 1 mana to untap Basalt Monolith and keep going. At this point, your best bet is something like Silence that will prevent me from using the mana, or Trick Bind to prevent me from activating Basalt Monolith again. Once Basalt Monolith is untapped, I'm ready to go again, and that's the whole combo. This is something you should be acutely aware of every time you sit down across from Zirda in the command zone. How can we prevent this from happening in the first place, though? Well, honestly, your best bet is going to be to shut them down. This combo requires its controller to activate Basalt Monolith over and over again. You can stop people from doing that with either Collector Oof or Null Rod, or you can tax it with Suppression Field. The extra 2 mana tax means this combo doesn't net any mana, and if they're using Grim Monolith, it'll actually cost more mana than it generates. My favorite way to prevent this combo from happening is with Mesmeric Orb, because Mesmeric Orb is actually part of a different combo with Basalt Monolith. Every time Basalt Monolith untaps, it'll trigger the orb and cause the combo player to mill 1 card. They might have a way to finish the game in hand, but if they don't, it'll dump their entire library into their graveyard if they want to try and go for it. That just about does it for this episode of Better Know a Combo. If you have a combo you want to see explained, make sure you let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time. Hey, thank you for checking out the Spike Feeders on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you close the window, or you can click on this link to check out our other great videos.